What's up, everybody? Kris King here with the Draft Kast, and today we're going to break down this NBA slate for draft.com. Today is our first breakdown. Yesterday we did our first show. We did it on Anchor, and we put it up on YouTube. Basically just introducing ourselves and what we're going to be doing, which is break down the slate from a draft.com perspective, a different way of playing DFS in the salary cap leagues, which a lot of people are playing on. Draft is amazing. Go play over there. Go deposit. They're not even a sponsor. It's like we treat them like a sponsor, but we're just embracing this style of daily fantasy sports because it's one that is user-friendly and you can actually win at, whether you're a shark or a fish. And yes, there is shark fish mentality, but it's more of a general style of playing, which you're not trying to figure out ownership percentages. You're not playing in huge, large fields. There's just a different element to draft that we love. With that being said, we got 4 minutes left to break down this slate. And looking at this slate, always base my game selection around centers available. And today you're looking at DeMarcus Cousins, you're looking at Andre Drummond, and then you're looking at DeAndre Jordan as the third one, and Nikola Jokic as the fourth. So I'm looking at sticking to primarily head-to-heads and possibly three-mans today. And this is where strategy plays a big role when you play at draft, simply because you don't want to leave yourself. It's all about outsmarting your opponent. It's not about just taking the best player available. So obviously you think like, DeMarcus Cousins, he's projected for 57.7 points today. Maybe I take him. Well, that's not how we break the slate down. To me, you got to look at the position that is the slimmest and start there. And for me, it's forward today. You have Giannis, you have Anthony Davis, which are two elite forwards. But then you start looking down at guys like LaMarcus Aldridge, which I'm fine with, but after that is where the drop really starts to happen. I mean, you're looking at Will Barton, Paul George, Aaron Gordon, and these guys, Paul George has been putting up 20-point games. Gordon coming back off an injury, and you just don't know where these guys are going to go. So I want to lock up my forwards today. My hope is I play in a head-to-head and I get the second pick, and they take Cousins first overall, because I will lock up Giannis and Anthony Davis with a quickness, knowing that my opponent cannot get Drummond, and I will take him with my very last pick, and I will be extremely happy getting guys like, if they take Cousins and I take Giannis and Davis, they're most likely taking Westbrook and Harden. Now that letting your opponent have those three guys can be a little dangerous, but when you roll out Damian Lillard and Chris Paul, and your opponent is rolling out some guys who are less than that, he's rolling out, he'll probably, all LaMarcus and Barton, then you're feeling hopefully you're feeling a little bit better about it. So that is basically my strategy. I did a top 30 rankings. We'll run through this real quick. I have Giannis at number 1, Davis at number 2, Cousins at number 3, Russell Westbrook and James Harden at 4 and 5. And just like I broke it down, I mean, these are pretty obvious how these are going to go. I'm okay with playing three-mans also, but either way I go, I'm going to try to lock up Giannis and Davis if possible, and pretty much go from there and just plug in. I'm waiting on. This is like the waiting on quarterback scenario in redraft leagues. I'm waiting on center. You can have Cousins because Drummond put up 21 rebounds last time they played Indiana. So I will take that all day with that value, and I'll have Chris Paul and Damian Lillard, or possibly DeRozan, maybe Ben Simmons, as my guards today. So that's the way I'm looking at breaking it down. Obviously with 6-mans and 10-mans, it gets a little different, but that's where I'm starting with draft today. Go over there on draft.com, do a deposit, play with them. Put in FanVice as your code, because we don't really have any sponsors right now, but we love the guys at FanVice. So drop that promo code in, and FanVice will hook you up with some cool stuff. That's it for today. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.